Hi YouTube goers, this is Mr. Bag 1990 with another video on fitness. Today I'm going to be talking about the right amount of carbs, the right amount of protein, the right amount of fats, and the different type of fats. I'll start off with figuring out how much protein you need in the body. You can do it either two ways. It's a little different, because it goes off, it's going to end up being a whole different number. A lot of people in the bodybuilding world feel an essential number of how much protein you need a day is usually 1 gram of protein per body weight. So that means right now, since I'm 128 pounds, I need 128 grams of protein a day, and that helps with building muscle and stuff, because you get that 1 gram of protein per body weight a day, you're definitely going to see a whole big increase of muscle mass. Just like this whole month of progression, I was getting that pound per pound or gram per pound of body weight in. This whole probably a year ago or so, I wasn't doing that. It's probably after workouts I'd take 2 scoops of whey and do my 2 scoops, probably get a few grams of protein onto that. I'd only be doing that on workout days. Now that's not saying on the other days when I wasn't working out I wasn't getting some type of protein in me, but let's just say I wasn't getting that gram per pound. But with that gram per pound, you actually help building that muscle mass. You're actually going to get more muscle mass with that gram per pound. So I should be getting 128. That's one area. Some people are always like, maybe you should go up by a little bit more. Maybe you should do 1 gram of body weight or 1.5 grams per body weight. So there's been a lot of different let's say research saying that does help, that doesn't help, compared to people taking 1 gram. There's also a lot of bodybuilders that do 0.8 times your body weight, and that's how much grams of protein they do a day. Also, a lot of people, instead of going off by body weight, they go off lean mass body weight, which is your body weight subtracted by your fat percentage. So let's say, well, we'll use me. The scale I use says I'm 9% body fat. I really don't think I'm 9%. I think I'm over 10, 11, 12%. Because if I was 9%, my abs would probably be more revealing. But let's just say I'm 10% body fat, and I'm at 128. So that means I subtract that. So I need 118 grams per day of protein, and that's their way of figuring out. So you take your body mass, lean body mass, subtracted by your weight, and that's how much protein. So you can do that. You can do the 1 gram of body weight, or you can do 0.8 grams per body weight, or 1.5. Just do whatever. If you're going to get up that high anyway, you're going to see increases. You're going to see increases. If you're only getting maybe a third of that a day, a half that a day, if you get up that high, you're going to see increases. Carb-wise, usually it's with fats also, like this whole process is always kind of different ways you can calculate it. What I go off by is you double your body weight, and that's how much carbs. So I'll make it more easier on my math. So I'll say I'm 125. That means I need 250 grams of carbs a day, or 250 grams of carbs a day, which adds up very, very easily if you eat unhealthy foods, because unhealthy foods are very high in carbs. So a lot of you are probably maxing out on your carbs, which carbs is definitely a hitter on weight gain. Fats, how much fat you need a day? To me, it's usually, if you're going to be lifting weights, it's usually, I think, about half your body weight. So if I'm at, let's say 130 or so, I need 75 grams of fat per day. I know the nutrition stuff, like I'll read right now, it says daily fat on a 2,000 calorie diet, 65 grams. Now the daily values is based on average people, which there's really no average person out there, everyone's different, so it's hard to go off by. So with fat, I usually go off by half your body weight. So that means I need 75 grams of fat, which next thing I'm going to talk about is fat, because there is different types of fats out there. You're thinking, oh man, anything that says fat on it is going to be ungood for me. No, there's actually 3 types of fat. There's four, I'll go with that. There's trans fats, saturated fats. Those are the 2 unhealthy fats. You don't want that. If it's high in that stuff, you don't want it. But if it's good to go in polyunsaturated fat or monounsaturated fat, those are good fats. Those are the healthy fats. Those are the fats that help your body. Actually, some of those fats lower cholesterol. I bet you didn't know that. Those 2 fats actually help build muscle and stuff. So a lot of I'll go with peanut butter. It says 15 grams of fat, but that's high. That's high. If you're an average person, you're like, oh my, it says 23% of your daily value. Oh no, I don't want to eat that. But if you actually looked at it and saw that most of that fat's coming from the healthy fats, it's actually good to go. So you want to actually eat that. Which peanut butter is good in the fats. It's definitely a main thing for bodybuilding. It gives you the healthy fats. It's good in omega-3, and it's oily, so it's a good thing for bodybuilding. You want this in your bodybuilding diet because it's very essential, and it has a lot of the keys. It gives good protein. It gives a hell of an amount of calories. If you're bulking, that's hell of a good. If you're cutting, get you a little worried right there when it comes close. You're just like, man, that's a lot of calories and not enough for what I need and how much I need. But if you're bulking up or you're maintaining, if you're on a cut, hell, 1 serving of peanut butter a day, it's going to help out with your muscle growth and all the other stuff. And while we're talking about the different types of fats, there's different types of proteins. There's so many different types of proteins. Proteins are actually bonds connected. We'll talk about that because I didn't pass that class. But yeah, I fell asleep. But anyway, different types of proteins compared, from different foods. As I was saying in other videos, if you're eating some tuna and getting protein, that's a whole different type of protein compared to if you're eating vegetables that has protein in it. It's all different types of proteins, which amino acids are in each protein. I ain't gonna get too complicated in there because I know I don't got no viewers that are all I know it everywhere he's talking about kind of feel, but it's all different types of proteins and foods. But I just wanted to talk about in this video about the healthy fats, the unhealthy fats, how much protein you should get in your diet, how much carbs, how much fat. If you want to go off calorie wise, a good maintenance is for calories is your body weight times 15 or 16. You can times it by either one, so that's usually kind of the maintenance. So where you want to be. If you go higher, you're going to gain some weight. If you go lower, you're going to lose some weight. So, I'm not the greatest mathematics, so I won't use an example. But if you want to know how many calories a day you need or to maintain or lose weight or bulk, good starting area is figure out your mains and then figure out your deficient or your bulk. Just to wrap this video up, there's different types of proteins or different kind of carbs. Let me just say really quick, there's different kind of carbs out there. There's healthy carbs and then there's bad carbs, like good carbs, pasta, rice, oatmeal, whole wheat bread, bad carbs, pizza, potato chips, stuff like that. Then there's good fats and then there's bad fats. So when you're looking at some food out there, just kind of double look on and question, like, I know it's high in fat, but are these the good fats? Or I know it's high in carbs, but are these good carbs? Protein you don't really need to look at because protein is going to be good for you anyway. Protein is our muscle. Yeah, I don't say cool. But protein is essential for muscle growth and what we need. But this is Mr. Bag 1990. Actually made more oatmeal bars. Actually, they're not bars now, they're cookies. I put them in a little cookie pan, but I'll tell you what I added. I added a little artificial sweetener, a little bit of artificial vanilla, 2 cups of oatmeal, melted down teaspoon of peanut butter, a little spoonful of jelly, and is there something there? And a little bit of cinnamon, that's what it was. And I mixed it all together and I put it in the pan and I'm making little cookies. I tasted a little bit before I put it in the pan to cook, and it tastes awesome. It's unbelievable that someone out there is eating like all this unhealthy cookies. Yeah, they're good, hell, they're fucking amazing, let's go with that. But you can make healthy stuff that tastes exactly the same, if not better, with healthy ingredients. Right in there that I'm cooking, that's all natural, healthy shit. And it's going to taste great. While you're eating your Oreos, I'm going to taste some of this. I'm going to call it peanut butter and vanilla cinnamon cookies. Yeah, let's go with that. But this is Mr. Bag 1990 signing off. Have a good one, guys.